This is Ask Brock. I'm Brock Yorty. This week's question comes from Bill. Brock, my helper and I are arguing over what the most dangerous portion of a drilling project is. If it's suspended loads, if it's rotating equipment, is it opening and closing the table? What do you think? I think first, we got to get rid of saying helper. Assistant driller, field technician. I want the individual standing to the right of me on the platform, or if it's one of those weird rigs and you're drilling on the right and your helper standing on the left. Just kidding. I don't care what side the control panel's on, but I want that individual to understand how to operate the rig. And we continue to use this standard answer of helper. Got to get my helper to do this for me. They're a partner. They're a teammate. So first off, let's make sure that we're progressing. And I'm sure it's just what we say. All right, so let's get into safety. What's most dangerous? Driving. Driving's the most dangerous portion of our drilling. Getting that piece of equipment, that water truck to the job site. We just had a bunch of snow come across the Midwest into the Northeast. We've had a lot of rain. We got distracted drivers. We have all sorts of pileups happening still across the country from inclement weather and animals and whatever else comes up for that big accident. So driving, beyond that, we put our equipment in very tight spaces. So I think one aspect of danger that we don't think about enough is how do we get away? What is our egress away from our piece of equipment? If we're pulling in and we're setting up to be able to pull that pump to tight project to get that well in the flower bed that we promised the customer we could do it in so that it wouldn't be in the middle of the yard. When that catastrophic failure happens, how do I get away from the rig? So driving and then being able to have an open path for both you and your field technician or assistant driller to get away from that piece of equipment so that we don't get smashed by those suspended loads. Drilling, driving, it's all dangerous. And our projects, we have it all. We have rotating equipment, we have suspended loads, we have confined spaces, we have electrocution, we have drilling into the unknown, the subsurface, all kinds of situations there. I'd like to see a 5-gas air quality monitor on the back of the rig. For us, it's recognizing that these things are all dangerous. And how are we going to mitigate that risk from the amount of time it takes us to get from the shop to that new job site? Do we know the roads we're taking? Is our GPS up to date? To what is the weather going to be? And then having the proper tools on site to protect us as we start drilling into some shale that could have some gas, or, we're picking up rods while we're drilling using the helper side controls. So, I mean, maybe it's the rig manufacturer's fault, but as we're picking that rod up, is everybody aware of everything else that's going on? So driller, you have complete control of tempo of all of these things, from driving down the road, the speed that you're going to go and understanding those risks, to as we open and close that table and the suspended loads and all of that, recognizing those risks. It's a great question, Bill. Now I want to know the name of your helper who you've now promoted to assistant driller. Cheers.